Maybe if you believe in other lifetimes, which I do, it had something to do with that, but in another lifetime, I was definitely gay and I was definitely British. The best thing for me about living and working in the United Kingdom is being here in and of itself. If I could be here full time, I would be here full time. I love it. I love everything about it. I know where everything is. I know where I live. I know my neighborhood. I know all the shops. People know me. It literally feels like home for me. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the sense of humor. I love the dry wit. I love the tea. I love it all. I love loads of British personalities. I'm friends with Alan Carr, friends with Graham Norton, friends with Jonathan Ross, Keith Lemon, AKA Lee Francis. These are all people who I love, admire, and am lucky enough to know in personal life. And their talents and their, sense of humor is what I love, specifically about the UK, but about British telly and all things British. So these people are my friends. I've never really been starstruck because I'm not that person, but I'll be the first person to walk up to somebody and say, I am your biggest fan. Julia Davis is one that I'm enamored with and have been for years. I haven't gotten a chance to meet her, but I'm friends with Mark Gatiss and he has sent me videos with her, so I feel like it's just as good. So it's, 6 degrees of separation away from Julia Davis. Nighty Night is the best show to ever come out of the United Kingdom. I will stand by that. I have a lot of favorite British TV shows. Nighty Night is one of the best things to come out of British telly. I'm also an avid Benidorm lover. You can't live without a bit of bully. We love The Chase, and bully meaning bullseye, yeah. Anything old, Fawlty Towers to new to where we are today. It's just great, it's come a long way. The first time I came over when I was 13, it was literally 4 channels, and it's come so far now. I've watched every episode of Towie, I watched every episode of Chelsea. It's like, I'm more of a British television lover than I am an American television lover, which is why I'm so excited. We have a RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Cannot believe it's finally come. Listen, being a vegan is tough in Great Britain, but it's not impossible. I have my favorite restaurants and we've come such a long way. It's 2019, 2020, going into the future, all cuisines are available. The UK, used to kind of get a bad rap when it came to food. I think you can find great food all over the place. I do love a good chippy, and there's a gluten-free one because I'm celiac in West London called Hobson's, and I've gone there quite a few times. So before the veganism came, Hobson's, and they have gluten-free sticky toffee pudding. Booyah! I love the whole of the UK. One of my favorite accents in the world is Northern Irish, so I love a bit of Belfast. Hi, are you? I love Wales, I love Scotland. Scottish people are avid supporters of RuPaul's Drag Race. Welsh people are avid supporters. Love Gavin and Stacey. Listen, I will go everywhere. I love a Northern accent. If you don't know that, you know it now. I got to play Miss Hedge in the musical Everybody's Talking About Jamie on the West End. And I tried to be, kind of make her American, and the director said, no, you can do a Northern accent. So I had to speak with a Sheffield accent for 5 months. Now, I say I had to speak with a Sheffield accent. I'm going to use that term loosely, but I did it. I had to say things like psychometric evaluations. And when I say that, and I ask people from the North, people are like, I don't know what a psychometric evaluation is. Okay, well, that was in my script. So I think American people have this kind of stuffy, hoity-toity, upper crust, attitude about British people because that's the way they're portrayed in American cinema. Like Erica Idle in European Vacation is probably the perfect example, or even Julie Andrews in Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke doing, much better. It was one of those things that now, because of that, I think they think that, oh, British people speak like this. It's not the Dowager Countess on Downton Abbey. That's not the way people are. And I think that's also what I became fascinated with, the different dialects, even 5 miles away, Leeds to Manchester to Liverpool to Geordie. It's, most Americans can't tell the difference. I listen for the subtleties. I love Yorkshire. I love Lancashire. Those accents make me so happy. There's something you can really get down with a Northern accent. I feel like I'm in good hands. Like I feel fully trusted and I could trust them. There's a relationship in a Northern accent. If you ask me if there are any downsides to being in the UK, yeah, the weather's not the best and I live in LA, but I like a change of season. So I get excited to wear a coat. And I know it sounds like I'm really chippy and happy, but that's kind of how I feel about it. As far as anything else goes, I don't think there's any downside. I know where I am. I love where I am. Another downside is 8 hours between here and my family. That's probably the hardest. But apart from that, I know where everything is. I love everything here. Having Meghan, an American, in the royal family is such a big deal. It's a big deal because she's mixed race. It's a big deal because she's divorced. It's a big deal because she's American. And she's married a prince. Like, this is every girl's dream. And an American girl would never think she'd have an opportunity. And not only did she have an opportunity, but she did it. And it would be wonderful, Meghan, if you came to watch me on Strictly. Just saying. I know we go way back. That's a lie. Never met her. Afternoon tea. Country walk. I'll take moaning about the rain because we don't get rain in California, so I love the rain. Dun dun dun! EastEnders. Only because I believe I'm Kat Slater's American cousin, and I'm still vying for that guest role.